First of all, in this chapter, we are basically going to discuss about right angle triangles. Okay, right angle triangles. In right angle triangle, there is a perpendicular. The arm that is opposite to the theta that we are discussing about, that arm will be known as perpendicular. The other one will be known as base. And as we know, the longest side, the arm that is just opposite to the 90-degree angle is the hypotenuse. This term will be used multiple times in your questions, angle of elevation or angle of depression. First, let's discuss about angle of elevation. So as we can see, O is the eye of observer here. Let's say this is your eye. And this is the point that we are observing, P. And this is the horizontal line. This is the ground. So the theta, the angle that is made between this horizontal and the ray, OP ray and OX ray is known as the angle of elevation. Okay, this angle. Let's read the definition. If O be the observer's eye and OX be the horizontal line through O, okay, if the object P is at a higher level than I, then angle POX is known as the angle of elevation. Are there any doubts?
No, sir.
Yeah, simple. And angle of depression, when the point of the observation is below the horizontal line. So here, the angle made between the horizontal line and the line of sight, we will call this as angle of depression, because this is below the horizontal line simply. And we may also draw a parallel line. थोड़ी सी ऊपर बनानी थी. We may also draw a parallel line to OX, and we know by alternate interior angle property, this angle will also be theta equal to this Z. This angle, these angles are equal as per alternate interior angles, right? Are there any doubts? No? Okay. Let's move ahead and let's discuss the next theorem. So before starting this, let's discuss the basics of this chapter. Let me draw a right angle triangle. So if we are discussing about this angle, then this arm we call it this as perpendicular. And as this is a 90-degree angle, the arm that is opposite to the 90 degree, the longest arm will be known as the hypotenuse. The other one is the base. Okay. So as we have already discussed about it also earlier, that Pandit Vedri Prasad on Har Har Bole is equal to sine theta, cos theta, tan theta divided by cosec theta, sec theta, and cot theta. It is a short trick to remember. It is a short trick to remember these formulas, like sine theta can be written as P by H. So P by H is sine theta. B by H is cos theta. And P by B is, see here, P by B tan theta. And as we know, cosec theta is just the multiple inverse of sine theta. H by P. And they are also not that much important. Self-explanatory. But let me write. Hypotenuse upon base will be sec theta. Base upon perpendicular will be cot theta. Now, these are important. Are there any questions in this, in understanding this?
No, sir.
Uh, okay. Now, we need to understand one thing very clearly, that perpendicular can be written as h into sine theta, or perpendicular can also be written as, perpendicular can also be written as b into tan theta, base into tan theta. That is how perpendicular can be written. Let's discuss about base. Base can be written as h of cos theta, and base can be written as p by tan theta, that is p cot theta. So now here we have discussed that how we can write these. What's most important? What is most important is this relation. Base can be written as perpendicular into cot theta. If you just make this understanding, let me, if this is theta, if this is theta, so this arm will be what? Come on, respond. Anyone? Perpendicular, base, or hypotenuse? Which arm is this? Speak, speak. This is perpendicular, isn't it? This is base, hypotenuse. So simply we have to understand one thing, that perpendicular as perpendicular upon base is tan theta, and base upon perpendicular is cot theta. So base can be written as p cot of theta, and from here we can say perpendicular can be written as base into tan theta. It is just simple, but this formula, this expression, this manifestation of the same formula is used directly in multiple questions. That's why I'm emphasizing on this point again. Base is equals to P into cot theta. Okay, let me ask you a question. Is this point clear?
Yes, sir.
So if this is height, if this is h, and this angle is given as alpha, then tell me the length of this. We have just studied it. See, we have studied the chapter. Yes, Gurucharan?
Perpendicular.
Sorry, can you repeat?
It's perpendicular, sir.
So instead, like writing perpendicular, you just wrote hypotenuse.
H. Yes, yes. So this is simple. H cot alpha, right? 3, 5. And if this is given as, you have to find out theta basically. You have to find out this is theta, and you have to find out tan theta. This is the given figure. Find out. Come on, fast. Are you solving or should I help?
3/4, sir.
Very good. Why 3/4?
No, I just applied the opposite by adjacent, that one thing.
Yes. So tan theta is perpendicular, that is 3 here, upon base, which is unknown height. So we know this is a right angle triangle. So Pythagoras theorem will be applicable. 5 square is 25, minus 9 is equals to, this is 16. Taking square root both sides, our base comes as 4. Now 3/4 is our answer. Clear? Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Next comes the MN theorem. Here there is a triangle given and D is existing on BC arm and AC is subtending theta angle at D. Okay, first let me tell you, let me define what is subtension of an angle. What is a subtending angle? Subtending angle, like when it is said that there are 2 points, A and B. So there are 2 points. And it is said that these points are subtending an angle on point P. Then it means that there will be 2 rays coming from both of the end of this line AB, and that those rays will be making certain angle on point P, and this particular angle is the subtending angle. Or should I write angle subtended by EB at point P. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Let's now go back to MN theorem. This is very important. If D is a point on, this is a triangle ABC. Their angle are BC, and angle A is divided because of a D projection on BC. This AD is making theta angle with DC. Okay. And here alpha is BAD angle and DAC angle is beta. Okay. This is the ratio in which D is dividing BD and DC, M and N. If D divides BC in the ratio M is to N. Okay, M is to N is the ratio. Then these two formulas will be applied. M plus N cot of theta. Remember, what is theta? The angle subtended with C, which is near like to the C, is equals to N. N is what? N is the other ratio, DC wala ratio, into cot of B. Where is B? Just opposite. Minus M, here it is, cot of C. Where is cot? Where is C? Just opposite. Okay, this is how you can remember the formula by recognizing a pattern. Another formula is different. M plus N into cot of theta. And now here remember why N cot beta is written first, because it is nearer to theta. That's why. M plus N cot theta can also be written as M of cot of alpha. Where is alpha? M of cot of alpha minus N of cot of beta. N is here and beta is nearer. Okay. Here, M of cot of alpha, which is not nearer to theta, is written first. These are some patterns to recognize. Is there any difficulty in understanding the formula?
No, sir.
This theorem, the next one, is known to us. Apollonius theorem. Apollonius theorem. ABC is a triangle and AD is the median. What is a median? What is a median? क्या होता है median? Which divides the line in two equal parts. So CD is equal to DB here. That's why AD is known as a median. So if in a triangle ABC, AD is median, then simple. AB square plus AC square. AB square. This is AB square plus AC square is equals to 2 twice of AD square plus BD square. Okay, and you can also write CD here because BD and CD are just equal. Doesn't matter. AD square plus BD square, its wholes twice is equivalent to the sum of these two. Any doubts?
No, sir.
As AD is a median here, CD is equals to DB. Okay. Okay, hello. Yes. So I'm saying hello here also. So this is Apollonius theorem. Okay. This is important. Let's move ahead. Now here you need to, as we have made our concept strong, so there will not be any difficulty for us to understand this question. See, first of all, there is a triangle, and in this triangle, this is the only specific new thing. Otherwise, this is a simple right angle triangle. Okay, so what we are discussing about here, about A's length of this. We know H, talking about this triangle only. Let me change here. Talking about this triangle only. H is the base. This is angle. So the base will be perpendicular, that is H here, into cot of beta. Is that clear? That X will be H into cot of beta. Is that clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
because this is a right angle triangle. This is the theta, this is the height, and its base will be this. Now discussing about the whole bigger ABC right angle triangle. This triangle. The angle is the base is this time BC is equals to H into chord of angle, which is alpha. Now BC is what? BC can be written as A plus X. So as we know, this distance is H chord alpha and this much distance is H chord beta. So if we have to find out A, then we'll simply subtract them, na? H of chord alpha minus of H of chord beta. So you'll be able to understand these formulas using our concept easily. Are there any questions?
No, sir.
Discussing about this, here AB is given as CD. And our conclusion says X is equals to Y into tan of alpha plus beta divided by 2. Okay, and this is a direct result that you can remember. If you can remember a lot many things, then you can remember. Otherwise, it's not necessary to remember. Why it is not necessary? Because we can find it out. How we can find it out? It will take time, definitely. But other than this result, we can find it out by using simple trigonometric ratios. Like first we'll talk about in triangle ABE, tan of beta can be written as, let's call this as B. Let's call this as B and let's call this as A. So in triangle APE, tan of beta is Y plus B divided by A. Tan of alpha in triangle CDE we are discussing, tan of alpha comes as base perpendicular upon base, that is x plus a. Okay, what we had to find it out earlier was the relationship between y and x. We only have to include alpha, beta, and y and x. What are the additional additional variables are these a and b. So we have to eliminate them somehow. So we'll apply Pythagoras theorem here. Applying Pythagoras theorem in the triangle ABE, y plus b whole square is equals to a square, sorry, y plus b whole square plus a square is equals to the hypotenuse. In triangle CDE, x plus a whole square plus b square is equals to the hypotenuse square. We know AB and CD are given as equal. This is equation number 1, this is equation number 2. We will correlate these relations and we'll eliminate the value of y and b, and thereafter we'll find out the relation of y and x using these equations. Let's call it as equation A. Let's call it as equation number 3rd. Okay. Shall we move ahead or should I prove it? Please make a choice. Let's move ahead. Because in questions, what will be happening? You will have real values here for y, for these. You will have real values for a and b. So they will be easy to eliminate. Here we have to write their values and their variables multiple times. Then we will be able to eliminate them. And when it becomes a number, then it is more easy for us. In next question, h of sine beta minus alpha. Here h is the longer length, smaller h is the smaller length. Alpha is the angle AEB, beta is the angle ADC. So how we can give h? Its formula is given with us, that capital H into sine of beta minus alpha divided by cos alpha into sine beta. And capital H can be given as h small h into cot of alpha divided by cot alpha minus cot beta. See, what is h of cot alpha? So one thing to understand here is AB is, first of all, BC is equals to ED. So this distance is h only. So whatever this is left, AB is h minus h. And thereafter we will find out, applying sine and sine, cot and tan, we'll be able to find out the relationship in between them. If we try to do it here, it will be very complex because there are no real values given to us, beta, alpha. If the real values are given to us like 60 degrees, 30 degree, then it becomes very easy for us. So let's solve some examples, then those things will be clear. First, this is h into cot alpha is equals to small h into cot beta are equal. Basically, it means both of these triangles are having same base. So the bases are equal. So bases as per the ABC triangle is h of cot of beta. And base as per the BDC triangle, it is capital H into cot of alpha, which are both equal. So this is what it is written. Clear? Any doubt?
No, sir.
Let's go on to solve the first example, and things will be more clear when we'll discuss the example practically. One more it is there. So first we need to understand that in triangle BDC only, the base BC is small x into cot of alpha. Okay. For the triangle ABC, the base is capital H into cot of angle, the complete angle, which is alpha plus beta. We will bring cot alpha plus beta onto the left hand side. It will become 10. So hence H is x cot alpha into 10 alpha plus beta. Any doubts?
No, sir.
First question. The angle of elevation. So there is a sun. The angle of elevation of the sun when the length of shadow of a pole is root 3 times the height of the pole. Okay, so this is our ground. This is our sun. And there is a pole on the ground. Poles are vertical to the ground, right? Perpendicular to the ground. The angle of elevation of the sun when the length of the shadow of a pole is root 3 times the height of the pole. So if sun is here, the shadow will be somewhat like this. It is like in the same straight line. Do you agree that the shadow will be forming like this? And this is still where the shadow of the pole is coming. Is this point clear that how have I drawn this particular line? Is this point clear? Yes or no? Should I repeat?
Clear, sir.
Yes. So the angle of elevation of the sun when the length of shadow of a pole is root 3 times the height of the pole. Okay, let's consider the height of the pole as h, and the shadow of a pole is root 3 times. Okay, so the shadow is this much only, na? And this is root 3 times the height of the pole. Okay. Now we have to find out the angle of elevation. This, the of the sun. Okay. So we know tan of theta is perpendicular, which is h here, upon base, which is h root 3 times. H cancels h. This comes out at 1 by root 3, which is tan of 30 degrees. So our angle of elevation comes out as 30 degrees. When we will cancel 10 by 10, theta comes out as 30 degrees. Any doubts?
No, sir.
Yes. The key here is to draw the correct diagram after understanding the question well. You have to draw a correct diagram. That is the key here. Let's discuss the next question. Yes, they have not drawn a sun. A person standing on the bank of a river observes the angle subtended by a tree on the opposite bank. It's 60 degrees. When he retreats 20 meters away from the bank, he finds the angle of the tree to be 30 degrees. Okay, first let's draw the ground. This is the ground, and this is the river in between, and these 2 points are its banks. This is point A, this is point B. A person standing on the bank of a river. So a person is standing on the point A. Observe the angle subtended by a tree on the opposite bank. So there is a tree here. Okay. There is a tree here. Observe the angle subtended by a tree on the opposite bank is 60 degrees. When he treats 20 meters away from the bank, okay, so instead of drawing a tree here for a better understanding in mathematics, let's draw it like a straight line. So this is the tree, and this is subtending angle, an angle of 60 degrees. When a person moves back 20 meters away from the bank, let's say 20 meters away at point X, then the angle now becomes 30 degrees. Is this diagram clear that how have I drawn the diagram? Let's consider the width of the river as W. Is the diagram clear?
Yes, sir.
We need to find out the height of the tree. Okay, let's consider the height of the tree as T. Okay, we know tan of theta, that is 60 degrees here, is perpendicular, that is t here, upon base, that is w here. Tan of 60 is root 3 is equals to t by w. Root 3 is equals to t by w. So further solving it, this gives us w root 3 is equals to t. Okay. Let's consider, let me write P, this point as P. So let's consider PXB triangle. In triangle PXB. In triangle PXB, tan of 30 degrees. Why only 10? Because we are only considering about the height and the base. We do not care about hypotenuse. Tan 30 degree is perpendicular, that is t upon base. Base is 20 plus w. Now we will substitute the value of w from equation number 1. What is w? From here we can write w as t by root 3. Okay. Tan 30 degrees is 1 by root 3 is equals to t upon 20 plus w, which is t by root 3. Let's bring the denominator, let's cross multiply. On cross multiply, this will give us as 20 plus t by root 3 is equals to t root 3. Okay. So let's solve the remaining portion in the next page. Let's bring all the terms of t on one hand side. Taking LCM root 3. T root 3 into root 3 becomes 3t minus t. 20 is equals to 2t upon root 3. Bring every number onto the left hand side. 20 root 3 divided by 2 is equals to t. T cancels. 2 cancels 20 by 10. This becomes 10 root 3 meters. That is the height of tree. Option number C is the correct answer. Clear? Are there any doubts? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, let's solve this question from using an easy method also. So that shows our ground. Here we were, and here was the tree. Tree is standing like this. And with where we were earlier, it was subtending 60 degrees of angle. Let's consider the height of tree as t. And if we move back 20 meters, then the new angle subtended by the tree is the new angle subtended by the tree is 30 degrees. First, let's consider. Let me name all the points. So first, let's consider the triangle ABC only. The base will be perpendicular into cot of theta, which is cot 60. Cot 60 is, what is the value of cot 60? 1 by root 3. So t into cot 60 is t into 1 by root 3, which is t by root. Okay. Now let's consider the triangle ADB. In triangle ADB, the base, which is DB here, that will come out as height into cot of 30 degrees. Cot 30 degrees is root 3. So this comes out as t root 3. DB is to t into root 3. What is DB? DB is DC plus CB. So 20 plus t by root 3 is equals to t root 3. Now same calculation, 20 is equals to t root 3 minus t by root 3. Taking LCM, 3t minus 2t is equals to 20. This becomes, 3t minus t. This becomes 2t. 2 cancels 20 by 10. T becomes 10 into root 3 meters. We have used the same method, just that we had an understanding. The perpendicular into cot of theta is the base. Just simple this understanding of this fact. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Let's now go to the next question. Yes, here also, first they have found out the value of x, then first they have discussed this triangle, find out the value of x, then they have discussed the whole triangle. Next question. The upper part of a tree broken over by the wind makes an angle of 30 degrees with the ground. Okay, so there is a ground and there was a tree standing which broke down. So if a tree broke down, so let's say this was the original height of the tree. But if it breaks down, the height will be reduced. You're right. Let me delete it. See, if this was the tree, if it breaks down, so the remaining part will get down like this, will touch the ground. So the end drawing will be somewhat like, okay. The upper part of a tree broke over by the wind makes an angle of 30 degree with the ground. So this is the upper part, right? This is the upper part which is making 30 degrees with the ground. The distance from the foot to where the top of tree touches the ground is 10 meters. So this is the top of tree, and where the tree is, this is 10 meters. The height of trees. Now we are discussing about the height of tree. What is the height of the tree? Not this much only. This much x plus y, because this is also a tree. So we have to find out x plus y. This is the only smart thing you have to understand. Other than this, uh, everything is a normal calculation. So tan 30 degrees will be perpendicular upon base. Tan 30 is root 3. Tan into root 3 becomes x. Okay, let's now find out y. y is simply so y is simply square root of tan square plus x square, which is tan root 3 whole square. Y becomes tan square, that is 100. Tan square into root 3. Root 3 square becomes 3 only. 3 into tan square, that is 3 into 100 becomes 300. Square root of 400 becomes 20. Okay. This is 20. This is tan root 3. Simple answer becomes tan root 3 plus 20, which is not in the options. Option D is the correct answer. Any doubts?
Sir.
No. So head then. Okay, in the solution, let A be with the part of the BC with the broken part. Okay, okay. Okay, 15 root 3. But our answer was 10 root 3 plus 20, which is not possible, which is not in the options. Okay, let's see where we have done a mistake. CD is equals to BC. What is this? नहीं 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 15 मीटर नहीं है. It is not 15 meters. It is 10 meter actually. Okay, this is the mistake that they have done in the calculation part. So here they have mistakenly taken 15 meter, which is incorrect as per the question. Okay. Other than this, their method is correct, definitely. Clear? Any doubts? Reread the question. The upper part of a tree broken over by the wind makes an angle. So the tree was like this. It gets break, touches the ground. Now it makes 30-degree angle. Now the distance from the foot, that is the foot of the tree, to the top of the tree, that is the top of the tree, is 10 meters. And here in question, they have mistakenly written 15 meters. That is the sole mistake. Okay. Is this clear or not?
Clear, sir.
Let's move ahead to the next question. You have to complete this chapter today. A man on the top of a cliff, 100-meter high. Okay. Observes the angle of depression of 2 points on the opposite side of the cliff. Okay, so this is the ground. This is the cliff. Here is the man seated. He sees 2 points on the ground, one making 30-degree of angle of depression, and another one is also making is making 60 degrees of angle of depression. How have I written this angle of depression as 30-degree and 60 degrees? Actually, angle of depression is calculated this, and we have discussed earlier that alternate interior angle property will make these angles as equal. That's why. Okay, the distance between the 2 points is that we need to find out. The height of the cliff is given as 100 meters. Okay, simple. So we know the base is perpendicular into cot of 30 degrees. This is also perpendicular into cot of theta, that is 60 degrees. So we need to find out the distance between these 2 points. We'll add them simply. 100 common into cot 30, that is root 3, into cot 60, which is 1 by root 3. This comes out at 100. LCM root 3. Root 3 into root 3 becomes 3 plus 1. So that becomes 400 by root 3 meters. Option number B is the answer. Any doubts?
No, sir.
1 minute. Kar. Simple. Here the angle of depression and this angle is equal. The shadow of a tower standing on a level plane. So there is a level plane. There is a tower. Its shadow is found to be 60 meters longer than when the sun's altitude is 30 degree, when it is 45 degree. So first, let's consider the sun's altitude as 30 degrees. And when it is 45 degrees, then the sun will be somewhat here. Okay. And it is said that this shadow is found as 60 meters longer as compared to this. Let's consider the length of the shadow is 60. This x and this is x plus 60 because it's 60 meters long. Okay, well and good. And no other information is given. We have to find out the height of the tower. Height is, let's consider the height is h. In this triangle, this x will be h into cot alpha. Cot 45 degrees. Cot 45 degrees is 1. So this is h only. So x is h only. H plus 60. Okay. In this triangle, the base, that is x plus 60, should be h into cot of 30. Cot of 30 is what? Root 3. So now we have equation h plus 60 is equals to h root 3. So taking h common, 1 minus root 3 is equals to minus of 60. Minus of 60 divided by 1 minus root 3. Taking minus common, this becomes root 3 minus 1. Now rationalizing, how do we rationalize? By changing the sign. Root 3 minus 1 into root 3 plus 1 is a minus b into a plus b. That becomes a square minus b square. Root 3 square is 3 only. So 3 minus 1 is 2. 60 by 2 is 30. 30 into root 3 plus 1. That is our B option is the correct option. Clear? Any doubts?
Yes, sir.
Yes. The chapter is completed. Angle of depression and angle of elevation are always acute angle. Acute angles are those angles existing between 0 degrees and 90 degrees. A line perpendicular to the plane is perpendicular to each point that lies on the plane. Yes, this is perpendicular here. And this line is perpendicular to each point. In an isosceles triangle, median is perpendicular to base. This is important point. We have also covered this earlier, that if there is an isosceles triangle, then the median here, this will be perpendicular to the base. In similar triangles, corresponding sides are proportional. We already covered this point in properties of triangle chapter. Exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of interior opposite angles. So this is trying to say that this theta is equals to alpha plus beta. Theta is alpha plus beta. Angle of same segment are equal. Are there any doubts?
No, sir.
Yeah. Okay, then let's conclude our class. Thank you. Jai Hind. Study well.